What's going on, people? Welcome back to another video. My name is hughwizzy and you're watching Paper Talk. We are back again bright and early on a Tuesday morning to go through the latest breaking news for the NS and see exactly what's making the headlines in the back pages of the most fraudulent publications available to man. We buy them so that you don't have to. Love to your mothers. Hope you're all doing well and looking after each other in these turbulent times. We're all we've got, people. I want to say a massive shout out to the newest members of the Fraud Gang Members Club. You are massively appreciated and helping this channel to grow and grow. If you are new around here, please do subscribe to the channel and drop the video a damn like if you breathe oxygen. But for now, we've got 5 fraudulent publications to be going through, including The Guardian, the Daily Express, the Daily Star, the Daily Mirror and the Daily Telegraph. It's daily like Thompson. It's daily like Paper Talk. When the builders allow it to be. Let's get down to business. This is for the ones who care. And we're going to start on the back of The Guardian, who at the bottom here say 5 is safer than 3. The Premier League needs more substitutes, say Southgate, and he is asking the Premier League to rethink the limit of 3 substitutions per side per match, as he fears players could suffer serious injuries in the hectic fixture schedule caused by the coronavirus pandemic. I mean, he's not wrong. 14 of the clubs actually voted against the 5 substitutions, and there is an argument out there to say that the big clubs aren't even using all their substitutions, but then complaining because their top players are going down. But there's no denying the fixture list is kind of ridiculous right now, and as a result, England manager, who is unhappy at the lack of a winter break this season, has followed Jurgen Klopp and Pep Guardiola in questioning why the league hasn't sanctioned the use of up to 5 substitutes. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. Do you think that it's a big advantage to the big clubs, or is it a necessity to keep players safe in these turbulent times? Jonathan Liu has done a piece on the Mail's attack on Marcus Rashford, which was sinister, but no surprise. There's also news over here of Lewis Hamilton getting his 7th F1 Drivers' World Championship title. I find it quite funny that they're asking whether or not he should be knighted, considering Sir Jackie Stewart's got 3 world titles and he's got 7. I'm not sure what more he's got to do to earn that right. But anyway, that is the back of The Guardian. Oh look, funny enough, saying that, it says Sir Jackie here. Oh, incredible. What? That is... That's bizarre. I promise you I haven't read that. So Jackie himself urging Boris Johnson to recognise the feats of the champion. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. At the top here, fears burnout will hit Euro hopes in the back of the Daily Telegraph. And we've got a playful image of Phil Foden, who... I mean, Nerf, they're all over the place, Nerf, right now. They're really doing a strong marketing campaign, aren't they? Phil Foden and Ainsley Maitland-Niles enjoying training at England's camp in Belgium as they prepare for their match against Iceland tomorrow. Hopefully you can see here some of the formations that Gareth Southgate could be playing. Which one do you think that we should be playing? We're being suggested a 3-4-3 with Raheem Sterling, Kane and Rashford up top. A 4-2-3-1, which includes Grealish in the number 10 role. A 4-3-3 with, again, Sterling, Kane and Rashford. And a 3-4-1-2 with Grealish in the 10 and Sterling and Kane up top. Which one do you think is the best formation for England to use? Gareth Southgate is going to have to make changes if he is going to keep the fans on side. You just get the feeling that people are beginning to get a little bit tired of the "we got to a semi-final" hashtag. Again in the Telegraph, Jason Burt doing a piece saying it is time to put player welfare first and agree to 5 substitutions. Joe Gomez, Trent Alexander-Arnold, Van Dijk and, of course, now Andy Robertson, all falling foul of this incredible mashup of games, with Mohamed Salah also testing positive for COVID. On the back of the Daily Mirror, we have got the news that Hollywood stars Ryan Reynolds and Rob McElhenney aim to take Wrexham global after their takeover. The duo got the go-ahead yesterday to buy out Wrexham Supporters Trust and invest £2 million into the club. Now, we have talked about this on Late Night Fraudulence before. If you're not from around here, Late Night Fraudulence happens on a regular occurrence and we break down the nitty-gritty of what is actually going on. And there are some pros and cons to this, I guess, for the local community, I guess for Wrexham, for Wales. It's fantastic. And they are a club with a rich history going back to 1864. However, what are their intentions? Are they planning on making a documentary that they will sell to Netflix? And what kind of drama will they create to make it bang? I guess it all remains to be seen. Over here we've got Carlton Cole, who is caught up in a little bit of controversy right now because John Terry has angrily denied a claim made by his former teammate Carlton Cole that he described an alleged racial slur against Anton Ferdinand as a moment of madness. Now, John Terry's actually phoned Carlton Cole, apparently, or at least his team have phoned his team, one team phoning the other team, to say that didn't happen. It says here that John Terry phoned his former Stamford Bridge colleague to get his side of the story. Terry denied the claims at the time, but Cole told Stoppage Time TV, when I phoned him and asked why he did that, he said, "It was a moment of madness. I don't know why I did it." Terry, who was found not guilty of racism in court, served a 4-game ban after the FA found him guilty. So the FA found him guilty, but actual court of law found him not guilty. That's interesting, isn't it? Terry's camp said last night, "We refute the allegations that are made against him by Carlton Cole. They are false and never happened." Over here, we've got 16 positive tests is a Prem high. John Cross reporting that Premier League bosses have announced 16 new positive COVID-19 cases, which is a weekly record high for Premier League sides. That is going to be especially worrying since this is between the 9th and the 15th of November, which is, of course, when the players were on international duty. They were tested by their national associations, with 2 Ireland stars, Tottenham's Matt Doherty and Stokes' James McLean, also testing positive for the virus. We have had some bad news for Arsenal fans in that Mohamed El Neni has tested positive for COVID-19. So what's going to happen now is these players are going to have to quarantine for, I think, 10 to 14 days. So Tottenham's Heung-min Son has been playing against Mexico after a little COVID-19 scare in Austria. He was forced to quarantine for 4 days after 4 of his South Korean teammates tested positive, so he stayed in his hotel room as the rest of the squad awaited further test results. 2 more players tested positive in the next round of tests, but Heung-min Son was not among them. I'm going to need to see a full list of all the COVID-19 affected Premier League players. And again, we've got Gareth Southgate pointing to his fears for the players who are at breaking point with this crazy workload causing nasty injuries. England, of course, facing 3 World Cup qualifiers between March the 24th and 31st in the middle of a hectic Premier League title run-in and the week before the Champions League finals and quarter-finals, and it has continued in much the same vein and will do going forward with all these delays that have been happening because of the pandemic. Wayne Rooney is currently co-interim boss at Derby County, who sit at the bottom of the Championship with a big job on their hands. Here he is with co-interim bosses Shay Given and Liam Rossinier during a training session yesterday. They're talking about, I don't know what they're talking about, but they're trying to say, "I think we should go 4-4-Roo." Haha, lols. It's going to get nasty, says Gareth Southgate. Again, the fear over the injury spike is the biggest piece of the day. John Cross is in every single paper that we've read so far as well. Incredible. He's got both pieces here as well. This is like the John Cross paper. Incredible. Doherty corona setback. Tottenham's Matt Doherty out of their massive clash with Manchester City on Saturday after testing positive for coronavirus. He's going to have to self-isolate for 10 days following the test whilst on international duty with the Republic of Ireland. And of course, alarm bells are now ringing out for Premier League clubs who are already pissed off at the sudden rise in cases during international duties. Jose Mourinho, as we have discussed, posting this not really that cryptic message, very tongue-in-cheek Mickey take of exactly what's been going on, and it is just a complete shit show, really, when we're honest, isn't it? You got COVID test results after matches have been played, with randomers running around the pitch while team sessions are taking place, and much more. Another training session with only 6 players. It remains to be seen how Premier League teams can really move forward? How are they going to be acting after this international break? Arsenal, for example, looked like they were a bit of a mess towards the end. They're not going to have had any time to regroup, never mind work on what they've done wrong. And the back of the Times, again, talking about the top flight hit by COVID spike. This is Physio Room's Premier League injury table. As you can see, all the Premier League clubs are being badly affected right now. I think the most that I can see is Sheffield United with 7. Manchester United with 7. Oh no, Liverpool with 9. Wow, 9 players injured. Incredible. Andrew Robertson out with a thigh injury. Fabio Tavares out with a thigh injury. Thiago Alcantara with a knee injury. Trent Alexander-Arnold with a calf, shin and heel injury. Joe Gomez out with a knee injury. Mohamed Salah testing positive for COVID-19. Jordan Henderson with a thigh injury. Virgil van Dijk with a knee injury. Alex Oxlade-Chamberlain also out with a knee injury and with no return date as well. Luis Suarez has tested positive for coronavirus and will not be available for Saturday's game against Barcelona. Next up, we have got Bukayo Saka, who has left this post on Instagram. Didn't go the way we wanted it to last night, but lots of positive to take from the game. On a personal note, I'm very happy to play my first competitive game for England, which I hope is the first of many more to come. And look who's replied in the comments. Everyone's favourite flavour of the month, Jack Grealish, saying what a player, with a couple of love heart thing emojis. And Bukayo Saka responding with a goat emoji. They both actually made their competitive debuts for England in the same game, and I thought they both played all right, to be honest. I don't actually think that Grealish is quite the Gascoigne level that people keep talking up right now, especially in terms of actual end product. But he is a very exciting player to watch, as is Bukayo Saka, and that is the food. Please bear with me. Italian press are reporting that Inter Milan have been offered a swap deal by Arsenal that will include Christian Eriksen and Granit Xhaka. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. Is that something that you would entertain? Many Premier League clubs will apparently be interested if Inter Milan decide to sell Christian Eriksen in the next window, which is being reported right now. Reportedly unhappy with the current situation under Antonio Conte and hasn't featured as much as I thought he would. Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang has slammed the Confederation of Africa after being made to feel like a hostage, he says, with the Arsenal captain and his Gabonese teammates being forced to sleep in an airport ahead of the Africa Cup of Nations qualifier against Gambia. It says here that when they arrived at the airport, they were delayed, with reports indicating their passports were seized despite providing their coronavirus results to immigration officers for checks. Arsenal striker Aubameyang detailed the frustrating wait on his Instagram story in the early hours of Monday, posting videos and photos of his teammates lounging around, having had their passports taken. So Arsenal's captain posted on Instagram and Twitter saying things like, "Don't think we're in, we're still at the airport." 4:37 a.m. You can see his teammates in the background all kind of huddled, lying on the floor whilst he keeps himself entertained. They arrived at 11:30 local time. Aubameyang beginning to show his frustration after waiting for 3 hours, posting a video at 2:30 a.m. that was accompanied by a caption that said, "We're still waiting to enter Gambia and we play at 4 p.m. Nice. I think Aubameyang feels that there might have been some dirty play at hand here and that it might have been more than just the COVID checks that was going on. And he says, "Finally in the bus, see you later, thanks for the extra motivation, Gambia." That is at 5:56 a.m. As we reported a few days ago, PSG are set to offer Sergio Ramos a 3-year, €20 million a year contract this January. Real Madrid defender and captain Sergio Ramos, who hasn't extended his contract with the Galacticos, will be free to negotiate with other clubs in January unless Madrid can find some way to secure that extension before the end of the year. PSG ready to offer a 3-year contract, according to reports in Spain. Sounds like they're ready to get rid of the 34-year-old. Nicholas Bentner doing a piece for Spencer Morgan here. Former Arsenal striker claiming that smoking has been common at every club that he's played at. The 32-year-old who spent the 2012-13 season on loan at Juventus has revealed that the likes of Andrea Pirlo and Gianluigi Buffon used to enjoy a secret cigarette in the toilets. In fact, he found 10 to 12 teammates doing it in the toilets on his first day at the club. Sensational scenes. And not what you'd expect with these athletes who are meant to be at the peak of physical fitness. But yeah, Nicholas Bentner really is out here snitching on the Dons. Seeing as we've been talking about the Africa Cup of Nations, it is worth mentioning Algeria, who have extended their unbeaten streak to a world best 22 games, making it the longest current active streak in international football and the 8th longest streak in the history of the game. That is quite sensational. And of course, Riyad Mahrez, an integral part of everything that they do. It says here, Algeria's last loss came 2 years ago in a 1-0 defeat to Benin. Since then, they've gone on an incredible 22-match unbeaten streak, winning 17 games and drawing 5, whilst outscoring their opponents by 30 goals, with 43 scored and 13 against. Little update on Ben Chilwell from Matt Law of the Daily Telegraph. His issue last night was a back spasm. Player hoping it's not a big issue and that it was brought on by travelling, but needs to see how it's settled. Can't see him being involved Wednesday night for England. Arsenal, Bayern Munich, Real Madrid and AC Milan are all in the race to sign 20-year-old Red Bull Salzburg and Hungary midfielder Dominik Szoboszlai. This guy is going to end up in Bundesliga, I can see it, but hopefully Arsenal can pull their finger out here because he is a special talent, one of the most exciting Hungarian players of all time. He is being billed as their golden child and is scoring for fun, helped them to qualify recently. He is wanted, though, as you can see here, by Bayern Munich, so I'm presuming that he is going to end up in the Bundesliga because the transition from Salzburg to Bundesliga, Austrian to Bundesliga, it's not going to be that great a challenge for him, and that is probably the natural progression. A lot of youngsters are getting their opportunities over there. He is an exciting talent, though. I do look forward to seeing who manages to prize him away from Salzburg. Both Manchester United and Arsenal look keen on signing 23-year-old French forward Ousmane Dembele, who only has 18 months left on his contract at Barcelona. Some bad news for Newcastle United fans. Miguel Almiron's agent has said the Paraguay forward is ready to leave Newcastle United and probably would have done in the summer if not for the disruption caused by the coronavirus pandemic. West Ham United are still interested in England defender James Tarkowski, but they're refusing to meet Burnley's £35 million valuation of the 27-year-old. Chelsea remain interested in signing Declan Rice heading into the January transfer window. They obviously opted against meeting the £80 million valuation that West Ham were asking for in the summer, but they could be willing to sell up to 6 players to fund a move for the versatile English midfielder. They obviously spent close to £250 million in the summer, and Frank Lampard has built himself a whole new squad with Edouard Mendy, Thiago Silva, Ben Chilwell amongst them, Havertz sitting in front of them. But it is in the heart of midfield where Chelsea are still looking to bolster their options, with a lot of people really wanting Declan Rice. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. Do you rate the kid as highly as everyone does, or do you think we're slightly gassing the situation here? I think I see him as a centre-back more than a DM. I don't really want to see him in midfield. But anyway, Celtic are interested in signing Manchester United and England goalkeeper Dean Henderson on loan in January. Barcelona are lining up a surprise January transfer swoop for Shkodran Mustafi. That's correct. You are reading that correctly. That is exactly what you are reading. This is real life. Barcelona are lining up a surprise bid to sign Shkodran Mustafi during the January transfer window as the German defender prepares to leave Arsenal on a free, having told Arsenal that he won't sign a new contract at the Emirates. You have read that correctly and heard that correctly. Barcelona are lining up a surprise January transfer bid for Shkodran Mustafi. I don't know what's happening anymore. What is life? What is life? What is real? Who knows? Right then, lads, that's about it for this time. I hope you're enjoying the videos. If you are, make sure you do subscribe to the channel if you're new, and drop the video a damn like if you breathe oxygen. For now, though, I've been hughwizzy, and this has been a lot of fun. Peace.